Okay. Yes, it's another time again on your TV screen to bring you sports update on Voice of the People TV. I understand that we had a beautiful sporting weekend, from football world, top flights, the EPL, the Bundesliga, the La Liga, the Serie A, the Ligue 1, sweet stories from golf, tennis, Formula One, and many other sports aside the mentioned ones. Now, also, some headlines from our home side during the weekend. We did see that NFF Assembly approved 17.6 billion naira budget proposal, back Super Eagles for the Afcon qualifying ticket and also for the World Cup for 2026. Another one says ensure Super Eagles pick 2026 World Cup ticket. Federal government tells NFF. These all will be bringing to you later on, but let's start with the basic Afcon qualifiers. It's very close. The Super Eagles news in the mix and also with Eguavoen's decision on the team talks. The call-up, everything is now being questionable. We'll talk about all of these because some people are not cool with the Eguavoen setup, the lineup. He said, we know he's got the man management, but what has changed oftentimes? We'll talk about it on the show. Welcome again. You are just in the best place to be. This is Voice of the People TV, and I remain your host. My name is Kizike. Let's start from the first one that says, NFF talk with Eguavoen in the mix. Now, Eguavoen and his decisions. This is the first one I bring to you. Super Eagles caretaker Austin Eguavoen, that's the coach, has left many Nigerians surprised by his squad selection for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations doubleheader against Libya. He's still interim. Last week, Saturday, the football world, talk about the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, revealed the list of 23 players called up by Eguavoen, sparkling widespread debate on social media. It's everywhere. Now, after a positive start to his temporary reign, with a win over Benin Republic and a draw against Rwanda last month, Eguavoen has largely retained the same squad from the Libya fixture. The only absentees from that squad are the likes of Victor Osimhen or Lisandar, both ruled out due to injuries. It's clear what Eguavoen is trying to achieve. Everybody knows, I understand. Coaches tend not to change the winning teams. Retaining players, ensuring continuity and consistency is key. I know, I agree with him. Any philosophy the coach is implementing is better assimilated with the squad spends more time. That's when the squad is spending more time together. However, Eguavoen, you need to know, must remember, this is like an advice maybe, he must remember that the Super Eagles are Nigerian national team, not a private-owned sector. Small town club battling relegation. Some of the players he has selected are far from being the best available for that position. Let me tell you. At least 5 players on the list have struggled with form. They are not playing regularly for their club side. They are not featuring in the league. And considering the inferiority to Nigerian football, for instance, let's talk about this. How can Eguavoen justify the inclusion of a goalkeeper from the Ethiopian league in the Super Eagles squad for the qualifier? Now, how do you do that? In the Super Eagles qualifying series, Eguavoen have a goal. I'll tell you the list of I'll tell you everything that you need to know. Now, this decision mirrors former, Finidi George, former coach of the Super Eagles, who invited a defender from the Tanzanian league for a World Cup qualifier, a move that ultimately contributed to his premature exit. Now, the question is, how do you keep the national team competitive when you reward inconsistent players in the team? I ask again, how do you keep the national team competitive? You want it to be highly competitive when you are giving rewards to players who are inconsistent in their club side and then a consistent call-up. Now, let's talk about this quickly. Nigeria boasts top defenders in the league, such as Turkey. In France, we know. Yet, Eguavoen has called up a player from the English third division. I'll tell you. Kelechi Iheanacho also, who hasn't scored a goal for club and country since the start of this year, 2024, is also included ahead of the informed strikers like the likes of Cyril Dessers, Chuba Akpom, and George Maja. Notably, Eguavoen didn't give Iheanacho a single minute in the game against Benin and Rwanda. So why call him up? Why call him again? If his contribution is likely to remain minimal, Why call him up? Now, similarly, also we have Samuel Chukwueze. Can I tell you, Samuel Chukwueze have spent more time on the bench at AC Milan than on the pitch. Now, the 25-year-old winger has not registered a goal or an assist for club or country this year, yet he remains Nigeria's first choice right winger, with no apparent effort to find an alternative. Now, Nathan Taylor, let me talk about him, about Leverkusen, for instance. He has been overlooked despite his potential to impress in that very role. Then another problem again is how I'm having here is the fact that there is Taiwo Awoniyi, the Nottingham Forest striker who have been battling injuries and struggling to regain his place in the Premier League. What Awoniyi needs right now is time to fully recover, not a call-up to the national team. A top striker from the NPFL could have been selected instead, giving Awoniyi the chance to focus on his fitness. Not all of Eguavoen's decisions are questionable anyways, though. Let's say that. The recall of Sevilla forward Chidera Ejuke is a positive move. Ejuke has been outstanding in La Liga, making headlines for his impressive dribbling skill. His stats are insane, and that places him among the best in Europe. However, while Ejuke is also an entertainer, you need to know he must be integrated into the team overall strategy. His primary plays as a left winger is a position already occupied by Moses Simon and Ademola Lookman. So I cannot wait because it will be so interesting to see how Eguavoen can manage his wide options. Eguavoen could take a lead from former coach Gernot Rohr playbook. Can I tell about Gernot Rohr? Gernot Rohr had a firm principle. Players must be featuring regularly for their club side to earn a national team call-up. Now, this approach helped Gernot Rohr enjoy success, and that made him become the longest-serving Super Eagles coach, guiding Nigeria to the World Cup 2018. Now, many are calling for Eguavoen to be handed the Super Eagles job permanently. However, to truly prove this what, Eguavoen must make tough decisions for the betterment of the team, even if it means upsetting certain players or fans. You know, I'm not saying my mouth not too good, I go talk on. I'll say it, you know me, I'll talk about it. Eguavoen did something that I must give credit to him. The last time we had the Nations Cup qualifying game played against Rwanda and Benin respectively, those both games, Osimhen had some less game playing time. I mean, he hasn't kicked the ball officially, but he was called up to the team. Good move, good call. A lot of people were waiting to know if Eguavoen would start Osimhen. And it shut a lot of people up. He did not start Osimhen. He gave a Boniface that stance. Boniface got to play both games as a starter. But my point remains, I gave him all of the flowers he needed at that point because he did it right. He don't care about your status. I mean, let the best play. But with this one I'm just talking about, don't worry, let me not start criticizing. I'll bring you the list. I'll tell you so you see for yourself and you understand why you ask questions. You begin to say, why is some of these players involved in this? Now, Super Eagles caretaker coach, let's talk about the next one, the bad blow. Victor Osimhen is missing out of that squad, and then it's a bad news. Super Eagles caretaker coach Austin Eguavoen has revealed the 23-man strong squad ahead of Nigeria's crucial qualifying game against Libya. It's a double-header against the Mauritanian Knights of Libya. The list released by the Nigerian Football Federation NFF on Saturday featured some familiar faces, but key absentees include Galatasaray forward Victor Osimhen and Orlando Pirates defender Olisah Ndah, both ruled out due to injuries. Now, Osimhen, who has been in sensational form, suffered a muscle injury during Galatasaray's Super League clash against Kasımpaşa, and that was September 28. The Turkish club confirmed that the 25-year-old striker sustained a strain in his upper left posterior muscle, and that's in the group. Now, sidelining him for a few weeks. I checked it was 6 weeks. That's a bad blow for Nigeria and Galatasaray. I want Osimhen back again, please, because Osimhen does not want to stay for the summer, like January. He wants to leave to make a move for top-flight football. So he wants to be out. And I'm really praying. Osimhen did my prayer point, I tell you. Because if Osimhen continues this way with this injury-prone movement, I trust me, no club will want to come for him. But I don't pray he ends up in this path. But he's missed out. Now, despite a notable omission, Eguavoen's squad includes seasoned campaigners like William Troost-Ekong, Leicester City Wilfred Ndidi, and Fulham Alex Iwobi. The team also welcomes back, the good news I'm liking is Chidera Ejuke, who returns to the Super Eagles squad for the first time since 2022. After a string of impressive performances at Sevilla, the Super Eagles will take on the Mauritanian Knight at the Guardiola Private Stadium in Uyo on Friday, October 11th, before heading to Benghazi. And that will be for the return leg at the Martyrs of Benina Stadium. That's on Tuesday, October 15th. Both matches are critical as Nigeria looks to secure its place in the Afcon Qualifying tournament. Eguavoen also have called up informed players like the Ademola Lookman of Atalanta, Moses Simon of Nantes, and then Brighter Side Samuel of Fenerbahce also in the squad. And I'm happy to share all of these guys with you. But with Osimhen out, much of the attacking burden will fall on Taiwo Awoniyi. He plays for Nottingham Forest and also Bayer Leverkusen, Victor Boniface, both whom have been in good form for their respective clubs. Now, Kelechi Iheanacho also makes the list, alongside other midfield options like Lazio, Fisayo, Dele, Bashiru. Bashiru owns self David pay me because he's a good player, no doubt. But he's having less playing time in the Serie A. Let's be factual, let's be truthful, let's even say it the way it needs to be. Is this to say that we don't have some players in the NPFL, the Nigeria Premier Football League, that can make that call? See, it's not about to start. It's about the call-up. See, what happens when you're in the team? When they call you up for selection, it means that there's a possibility that every tendency that maybe just one day you might get a start. Fisayo Dele Bashiru might not start. He's been playing the Coppa Italia. He's not playing the Serie A. He's not a starter. You know, Zagagli plays there. Gendoza plays there. You know, all of these guys, he's in the bench with the Pedro. Pedro has achieved it all in football. So Fisayo Dele Bashiru made a move away from Hatayspor in the Turkey side and made a move to the Serie A. He plays from the bench. He's still called up to that squad. Augsburg, Frank Onyeka also in the team. All players are expected to report today at the Guardiola Stadium. Let's say at Uyo, better word. They should be returning to Uyo October 7th, that's today, and to begin preparation for the fixtures against the Mauritanian Knight of Libya. Now, let's talk about the team. We'll bring you the list. We'll bring you the pics about that. You see the list of players who made a call-up. Now, we know the story. Amasa Basaje Plaza straight in the Ethiopian side. And then, you know, Chippa United goalkeeper Stanley Wambali in the mix as well. Madiko Koye plays for Udinese Football Club, Italy. In the defenders role, we have William Trus Ekong. He plays straight in Saudi Arabia, Al Khaloud. While Bright side, Samuel returns back to the team. Good news. Plays for Fenerbahce SK Turkey under Jose Mourinho. Now, Bruno Yemeche for Boavista Football Club, Portugal in the squad. Calvin Bassey plays for Fulham in England. Olaoluwa Aina, Nottingham Forest, England. Benjamin Tanimo, Crawley Town, England. 3rd division. He's not played a game. Why is he in that squad? If I talk and I go, bless how the selection can player, why is he in that squad? No disrespect to Benjamin Tanimo. I know him from Bendel Insurance. He used to be a senior colleague. I respect him. Good player. He went to Tanzania. Hateful. He made a move. I talked about his move. It's okay. No problem. But why is he in the squad? He can still be called up. Crawley Town, England. So this thing boils down to the part where you say you need to go to Europe. Just come up for Nigeria. Say, no, Europe have to come up for Nigeria. Just day outside. If you don't come up for Nigeria, now abroad, they will call him. If I go Chad, now abroad I did now. Chad. Niger Republic, now Chad. All those ones. Now abroad I did. Why would a Benjamin Tanimo be in the squad? It's questionable. He plays for Crawley Town. He's yet to play in the 3rd tier of the Premier League, of the English side. Now, let's talk about the midfield. Rafael Onyedika in the squad, plays for Club Brugge, Belgium. Good news. Wilfred Ndidi, Leicester City, amazing player at the time. Alassane Yusuf Abdullahi, New England Revolution, USA, is also doing well. Then Fisayo Dele Bashiru, I question this. Frank Onyeka plays for Augsburg in the German side, away from Brentford. He just made a move. Alex Iwobi, Fulham, England. Samuel Chukwueze in the forward line. What thing will happen if they drop Chukwueze? What thing will happen? Chukwueze is in the team. If he's dropped, what would happen is the question. These are the man management we're talking about. The government have been doing it right. I've been giving all the praises. But some of these players, see, one of these is I'll bring some players abroad, even that abroad with the talk, Europe, and in the NPFL, who are getting starts and doing massively well for themselves, who are not being called up. They're not even they look them. Okay, Chidera Ejuke is in the team. Good news. Sevilla Ademola Lookman, Atalanta Football Club, Italy, good news. Kelechi Iheanacho, Iheanacho never scored goals since 2024. Iheanacho is not a starter in the Sevilla setup. Why is he in the squad? Is it that we have some player that is their right to be in the national team? That's the question I will ask them if I'm opportune. Victor Boniface plays for Bayer Leverkusen is in the team, Germany. Okay. Mother Simon, Football Club Nantes in the France side. Okay. Taiwo Awoniyi, Nottingham Forest, England. Still questionable. But let me keep that on the sideline. I need to tell you, as the Super Eagles aim to maintain their unbeaten run in the qualifiers, all eyes will be on how Eguavoen manages the squad in the absence of key players like Osimhen and Olisanda. Nonetheless, you could say nevertheless, better word. The team remains strong and is expected that we see them give us a solid performance in both encounters. We'll play on Friday, that's October 11th. Friday, Nigeria here, Uyo. Then I want to urge you out there, if you're in Nigeria, Uyo, even if you're in Lagos, try and go watch that match. They'll be needing the support of everybody, and also, I'm not an exception to that. But let's give you an update about the referees of that very game. I saw the name, and I'm liking his name. Afcon 2025 Qualifier. CAF names officials for Super Eagles game against Mauritania Knight of Libya. Now, the Confederation of African Football CAF has named Malawian Philip Ngangananga, that's the name, as the center referee for the Super Eagles Afcon game coming up against Libya. Now, Ngangananga compatriots Clemens Kandugo, Joseph Nyote will serve as assistant referee 1 or 2, respectively. Now, Botswana Captain Ntua, that's the name, will serve as the 4th official of that very game. Then, Mukala Nassam Adam from Ghana will be the commissioner, while Isaka Bubaka from Niger and Mayowa Akin Bisilu will be in the role of referee, assessor, and broadcast venue managers, respectively. The Super Eagles will host the Mauritanian Knight of Libya at the Goswell Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Friday. And this encounter is built up, scheduled to kick off at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay, let's bring you this one. My friend Peseiro, I like to talk about Peseiro. Now, Peseiro is in the story. Peseiro is in the news. Now, let's talk about Peseiro. Former Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro has opened up about the reason why he remains without a job 8 months after stepping down from his role with the Nigerian national team. Peseiro, he was at the helm of 22 months, guided Nigeria to a second-place finish at the Afcon tournament for 2023. Now, but his tenure ended in February 2024 after failing to reach a contract extension agreement with the Nigerian Football Federation (NPFL), despite being linked to potential managerial positions in South Africa, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia. The experienced Portuguese tactician has yet to return to coaching. Peseiro recently disclosed that while he has received several offers to manage teams in Portugal, he is uninterested in returning to his homeland unless it's for a prestigious role like Benfica. You see, he get big guys, though. Are you seeing it? He does not want to return to managing job now in hometown. That's Portugal. He's a Portuguese. But if Benfica job come, he go there. So person will not get, no they get choice now. Person will not get, he can't even get choice. Even the selector, whether make I go. If say I don't want to make it move back home. It be like say me I just dey like this. Now my talk say, may they give me which club I'll corner. Okay, Korodu City for NPFL. May they give me make I manage. I can't say I don't want until Yimba call me or Rivers. So in an interview with CNN Portugal, Peseiro explained, let me tell you, he said, I honestly don't see myself coaching another team in Portugal. Even though there are projects that I'm excited about, so far it hasn't happened. I've had offers to return to Portugal once again, but I haven't. It's not because I don't like the country or our football. Peseiro, you need to know who has managed Sporting CP, Football Club Porto, Braga in the past, also acknowledged that although he came close to coaching Benfica in the past, he believes that that opportunity may have passed. Now, I quote the Portuguese again on the show. He said, I coached Sporting, I coached Porto, Victoria, Braga. In my head, the only thing left was to coach Benfica. But at the moment, it's very difficult. It doesn't mean it can't happen, but it's very difficult, he said this. Now, Peseiro, you need to know, meanwhile, is also being considered as a candidate to take over the Esteghlal Football Club in Iran. The Iranian club is also searching for a new head coach after, Javad and Neko Ram stepped down following the defeat in the AFC Champions League. So, now, before we go on a break, let me tell you something about the team call-up. 7 things to know about Nigeria players invited to camp. I'll tell you. 7 things. We'll count it together. The first one is the roster holds an average of, let's say, average age of 25 years and 351 days as at Saturday, October 5. William Troost Ekong is the oldest player at 21 years and 34 days, and is the, and the youngest in the team is Benjamin Tanemo, 22 years and 73 days. Do you understand? Now, I'll say it again so you understand me more. The roster holds an average age of 25 years and 351 days as at Saturday. Now, October 5, that was the date. William Troost Ekong is the oldest player. He's 31 years and 34 days. And the youngest in the team is Benjamin Tanemo. He's just 22 and 73 days. Now, number 2, of the 23 players named in the squad, West Brom centre back or centre defender Simi Ajayi has logged the most minutes in the league. Playing, this is what I want, 803 minutes over 9 matches, while Benjamin Tanemo has yet to make his debut for his new club, Crawley Town. Do you understand? And they talk about people with the star match, they play game 803. Do you understand it? Minutes. If you know what I mean, 45 minutes first half, 45 minutes second half, that's 90. Right, so 90 you say. Now, 803. Simi Ajayi is constant, playing for West Brom. Constant player. Now, the number 3 about this is, with the exception of Bright Osai Samuel and Chidera Juke, manager Austin Eguavoen has picked same players called up for the international, the game played in September. I know that you don't change the winning team. I know, but it can be tweaked. It can be tweaked. Who say it can't be tweaked? It can. Now, the number 4 one here, the roster features 6 players who were born abroad, approximately a quarter of the team. The dual nationals are the likes of Madoko Okoye, Simi Ajayi. Madoko Okoye, we know his story. Simi Ajayi, Ademola Lookman, Ola Aina, Calvin Bassey, William Troost Ekong. Okoye is a German-born. Simi Ajayi is in England. Ademola Lookman is in England. Ola Aina is an England man. Calvin Bassey is also Italy. William Troost Ekong is the Netherlands. Now, the 5th of them all is this. Not them all, the 5th one. The 23 players are on the book of clubs in 12 different countries. England, we have 7. Italy, we have 4. Germany, 2. Spain, 2. Ethiopia, 1. Ethiopia did it, no disrespect. And then, South Africa, 1. France, 1. Saudi Arabia, 1. Turkey, 1. Portugal, 1. United States of America, 1. Belgium, 1. The 6th of them now. Sevilla forward Ejuke has been summoned to the national team for the first time since September 2022. Then, the last one, the least of them, is that Alexa Wobi, Wilfred Ndidi, Ola Aina, Troost Ekong, Simi Ajayi, Kelechi Iheanacho are all survivors of the team that defeated Libya 3-2 in the last match between the team back in October 2018. Okay, so I have this one, yes, if I go on a break. Let's talk about the NPFL. I must give courtesy to our own very league. Nigeria will be good starts from you, I can say that, right. Now, NPFL talks. What do I have here to give you? Ahmed Musa stole the show in the league return. We did see that for last weekend where Ahmed Musa made a mark to Kano Pillars. It's a big name. Forget say he the player they travel with motor in the use flight. So this one forget him. He's a very, very good player. He's what's the word to use? What's the better word? I think let me say let me use the word honest player. Aside from being honest, his integrity is key. I like him. Forget him. See, I like Ahmed Musa. Do you know why? He's the captain of the Super Eagles. Although saying that for Nigeria, they sit down and pass. Captain of Super Eagles when they get called up. But everyone is saying that he made a move to the NPFL just to be part of the Nations Cup for 2025 in Marrakesh, Morocco, to be exact. No doubt. But I'm like, you can see that picture out there. That's Sani and Ahmed Musa just in between. You can see them. They've won trophies with the Super Eagles And now, Ahmed Musa in the NPFL grabbed the brace. Let's talk about the NPFL, our own very league. He grabbed the brace and could even have netted a hat-trick on his return to the Kano Pillars side NPFL league. Now, the NPFL Kano Pillars. The Super Eagles captain opened his scoring chart against Sunshine Stars after just 5 minutes before he doubled the lead in the 51st minute. He had a chance. He paid me to say no score trick. He had a chance to complete the 51st, to complete the hat-trick on the 70th minute, but his penalty kick came off the post. Villa now have 7 points from 5 matches. So it may not be like we talk about Musa's story finish, we'll talk about the NPFL. Another standout individual performance was that of Michael Ogo, who also fired a double for Heartland to record their first win of the NPFL season. Talk about against visiting Niger Tornadoes. The home win lifted Heartland from the relegation zone as they now have 4 points from 5 games. Good news for Amunike Abeg, Medenogo Saka. Now, Rivers United also doubled Remo Star at the summit of the NPFL after they topped and stopped Accra United 2-1, and Remo Star also fell by the odd goal at Kora United. The match between Eyiba and Castina United was suspended until today after the floodlight, at the stadium. We did see that, happened to affect that very game. Now, another one against the home team were leading in that match, 3-0, before the game was called off that was the 75th minute. There were also some home wins for Plateau United, 1-0 against Ikorodu City, and Enugu Rangers also 1-0 against Abia Warriors. You've been watching Voice of the People TV, and this is the Sports Republic show. I am Kizike. I will be going on a quick break. We'll be going on a break as well. When we return, it will be time for you to be part of the show. We'll talk about some other European stories making the round of sport and every other thing sporting. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back from that quick break. While we still talk about sports on the show, like it's like a day for the Super Eagles, I must say. Reasons are not far. I'll tell you the reason why, because that's the biggest of them all. International break comes on now. The Super Eagles, are we ready to take on the Mauritanian Knight of the Libyan side? You know what I love about the Libyan people, I must say? I should tell you. I love the Libyan people because they are doing something that needs to go well. They are doing everything right. You cannot compare Nigeria and Libya. Not get me, now. No disrespect to Libya, but in football world, Super Eagles and Libya, you can't even do that. But as I talk to you now, before we move to the forum, is saying the reason why you hear me talk of the Nigerian game coming so close is the fact that it's the biggest of them all. While other pundits out there, other analysts out there are talking about their countryside, it's on me to say I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. Now, let's talk about Tammy Abraham. He said, I want to visit Nigeria. Tammy Abraham admits, despite snubbing Super Eagles. All this kind of story, if you talk, I would invest me. When they say me you play for, it's a Tammy Abraham, they play for Nigeria now. I don't say everywhere not too clear like that, but say they play for Nigeria now if I'm not too bad. So see me not now, not the fear. I want you say the battle of fitness. Now he's talking about this. See, all this guy, I think, I like to say it from the open way, 2 things I must say. First of all, if we want people to be involved in what we do, we need to learn to do it right. It doesn't matter if I was born in Augsburg, Germany. It doesn't matter if I was born in Wolfsberger, Austria. It doesn't matter if I was born away from Nigeria. If everything is okay, why not go hustle to play for Nigeria? I go play now. But what we are saying in Nigeria is the NFF. Now they see them. When we say they don't play, say this is Nigeria, this boy is 17 years, 16. Yeah, for sure, now they find them. You don't understand. Now they find them. When they go, they find them. I think it's about them. Yeah, it's not wrong to unveil. It's not wrong to cite them. But we are always quick to, you don't understand. Best if they produce it now, they play better ball for Benin, they play well where nobody they see them. I think I must advise the NFF on this part. Please, if it will take them to get scouts to watch the NPFL, don't be just normal scout where they do, I know you. See, I don't need to know you on the job. Please, I don't need to know you. The job is the business. I don't need to know you. Let the best be selected. Do you understand? People don't understand this thing. See, the job, the work is the priority. The work, now the work with the look, not the work will not be. I might be having personal issues with you. Not about that. Say Eguavoen no like Boniface, no go call him. Why? If Boniface is banging the goals in the Bundesliga, why would you call him? I mean, it saves your job. Now for Nigeria, they see many of all these things. Person maybe say good because the person way they on top not like him. You know, good switch. Why did they do like that now? Let's talk about Abraham. Come on, just switch him. AC Milan striker Tammy Abraham has admitted he would love to visit Nigeria again due to his strong connection to the country through his upbringing. Abraham was born in Camberwell, London, to Nigerian parents, but holds fond memories of his time in the West African country. He, however, said he made his competitive debut for the English side, the national team, back in 2020 against the Czech Republic. In an interview with AC Milan TV, Tammy Abraham said, I have a few Nigerian friends. Let me quote Tammy Abraham, who wants to return to Nigeria. Not say one can play because they don't already commit and nothing play for us again. He said, I grew up in an area with many Nigerians. I was raised with that culture. I have been to Nigeria and I hope to go back soon. My mom often cooks Nigerian dishes. You don't get food they sweet past our food. Don't be say with it. See, and they talk now person be say don't go abroad when they deport, now they talk say no place like home. And they tell you, you don't understand? See, nobody go see my man food not sweet, but nobody say with the hype. My guys say they Russia, they went to Denmark, and Germany. If you ask them for that place, they know they chop with both food. You know now, Nigerian food now be cocoa, even though say 50 used to cost there, but we know the matter. But in 2017, the Nigerian Football Federation NFF made efforts to convince Tammy Abraham to play for the Super Eagles, but he ultimately chose to commit his international allegiances, his future, to the Three Lions. The 27-year-old has since made 11 appearances for England, scoring 3 goals. It's too short for me, forget Man United. If you say Tammy Abraham, they play for Nigeria, if they don't get past 11 appearances, England, not they see competition. Where they get Harry Kane, or they Watkins, or they Ivan Toney. Even instead of even play Brown, they go call Gerald Bowen and maybe play first 9. That's how big it is. But let's go off that one. Victor Osimhen's story in the news. I'm Nigerian, like Nigeria says. Now, Victor Osimhen is on the story. Arsenal, according to reports, with new interest. He's rated 138 billion rated Super Eagles striker. I'm talking about Naira. 138 billion Naira rated Super Eagles striker, Victor Osimhen. Now, former English Premier League champion Arsenal could attempt to sign Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen from Napoli in January. That's why the Premier League, they disturb him. Osimhen's future has been continued to dominate in the news, despite joining Galatasaray in the summer transfer window. But before making that move, the 25-year-old Nigerian striker had been linked with top European clubs like Chelsea and Arsenal. We heard report about Man United. Paris Saint-Germain denied the report as well. The transfer did not materialize as all the parties involved failed to reach a compromise. Now, after he failed to get his big move, Galatasaray swooped in and got Osimhen's service in a season-long loan deal. Still in talks, and talks have not stopped. According to Turkish outlet, Arsenal are weighing up a transfer for Victor Osimhen in January, according to reports. The price tag on Victor Osimhen was the major hindrance to his transfer during the last summer transfer window. Napoli are we're asking for $120 US. That's 120 million US dollar for Victor Osimhen. Is that dollar? I think for euro was 130 there about. Yeah. Now, Osimhen's value has dropped. This is the bad one. His value has dropped significantly. He paid me when I say this, and he paid me. He paid me. Let me say, and they talking like so Osimhen get it, they give me. He pay me because he's now 75 million euro according to transfer market, and this would quite be affordable for Gunners, for the Arsenal people. But this value could still increase or drop depending on Osimhen's performance at Galatasaray. He made a move, and everybody's saying Victor Osimhen, hey, Muslim Osimhen, hey, yeah, okay. He's got a job to do, can I tell you? He has a job to do. He needs to live up to expectation. This is how injury they're going to hit her now. He's not played a lot of games. And I just pray for Osimhen sometimes. I talk about Osimhen. See, if you follow Osimhen's career very well, in the early start, he wasn't an injury player. From Charleroi, Wolfsburg, all of this club side. But you could see the move the first season at Napoli, he suffered injury. The second season was when he got it right and won the Scudetto after 33 years for the Napoli people. You know, the Napoleons, they could call themselves Napolitans. But the third season, a move came up, and this is him now, off the third season, making it to Galatasaray. And now, I don't want they for studio now, the Victor Osimhen an injury-prone player. Some people are saying he will regret why he did not make a move to Saudi Arabia. Who told you? I don't know. I'm not going to justify that, but time will tell. Now, let's go with another story again. I have here football possible return. Juventus to terminate Paul Pogba's contract despite reduction in drug ban. I saw this on Saturday, and I felt for Pogba. I was going through a lot of stories on Saturday, a lot of sporting stories. I was looking at the Formula One world. I was looking at the golf world. I saw a lot of stories emotional because he's a world-class player. We know his story. He's on a ban now. He's now reduced. So we learned that he was going to be playing for Juventus come January, like training with them. Then for March, he comes back alive. And all of a sudden, we are hearing he's now terminated. Anyways, Juventus expected to initiate proceedings to terminate Paul Pogba's contract prematurely once the official reduction of his 4-year ban for doping is announced. Pogba's ban has been unexpectedly reduced to 18 months on appeal, allowing the midfielder to resume training in January and potentially returning to competitive play by March 2025. Moving on, this surprising development has sparked a discussion about Pogba's future with Juventus, where he is currently under contract until June 30, 2026. But according to reports in Italy, despite the possibility of Pogba rejoining the team for the latter part of the 2025 or 2024-25 season, Juventus appears to have already made decisions regarding the player's future tournament and the 2025-2026 Premier League kickoff. Tournament and the 2025-2026 Premier League kickoff. In a chat with the club website, Pep Guardiola stated that he is unimpressed with their decision. Let's talk about the Spaniard on the show. He said, with their decision. Let's talk about the Spaniard on the show. He said, this is Guardiola talk now. He said, the Premier League has not allowed us to postpone the first 2 games for our recovery. Thank you so much. I think the club asked the league to postpone 1 or 2 or 3 weeks so we can have a holiday after the Club World Cup, but it is absolutely not allowed. The Premier League says yes to us. No, absolutely not. They won't postpone these games. So there will be a moment of what to do. What do we do? I don't have the answers right now, but we are going to make and take a decision with common sense. And that's a Pep Guardiola. I know him well. No excuse to Pep Guardiola's style of play and the rest of that, but everybody knows his story. He's saying that people are already happy. Clubs out in the Premier League are very happy that Rodrigo is out of the game. And people are saying it's an advantage for Arsenal to climb. Arsenal fans, when they're outside, they celebrate Rodri's injury. But we must give credit to the side. International break comes up, and what team takes it up? And the slot is doing good for Liverpool. Arsenal not doing badly either. Man City also not doing wrongly because there's no Rodri. And you know the Kevin De Bruyne in and off, on and off. I'm already in and I'm off for a while, so it's a whole lot to talk about for Man City. But we did miss Rodrigo. Yes, they're already missing him. The 1-3-2 to Fulham. Good goals by the City people. I did see the sue from Herrera in that very game after scoring for Fulham, where Iwobi also got a start in that very match. But which way forward for Guardiola? I wish him one of the best, even without, his strong lineup. But those players, they're good now. They reach to win something, and they win to win trophy. Now, wrapping up the show, I love to bring it back home again. They say there is no place like home. Let me advise Eguavoen. I want to advise him. I want to advise him. And me, my opinion, not go say, now VOP TV, I be voice of TV, now me within inside and they talk on. Now, people respect you a lot. People believe in you. People are beginning to see a different version of you. A lot of people that don't believe in you now believe in you. Your philosophy is top-notch. Your man management is accessible and credited very high. But what do you need to do to make sure everything looks right? You need to continue upping your game and never settle for less. Some people are saying they are not fine with the lineup, with the call-up. I love to get that again. I'd love to get that list again on the screen. So for those who have missed out, who are just joining us, so they can see for themselves. Some of the players in that team, they're not supposed to. Not be say they're not good. Do not get me wrong. Not be say they're not good. They're good, Abi, but they never see. They don't start for their club side. You don't understand? That's where you play week in, week out. You go home abroad Thursday, you get your cash. Why not some of those boys that play for NPFL? Do you understand? I love to get that picture about the call-up. That's the man I'm talking about, Eguavoen. But let's get the other one, the picture out there, the lineup, the team, the selection, where Amasa Basoje, who is in Ethiopia, is in that team. The couple have seen our Bender insurance people at the fire today, even unveils. Because Amasa Basoje plays for Bender. And then, what else do I have? Tanim also plays for Bender insurance one time, you know. But looking at the squad, not be saying not strong, oh, they're strong. They sabi play ball, then good. But the question now, not be all of them. Even if I ask my producer, I say, how far are you? He said, they tell me, say, somebody. Hey, come on, please. I love you, take your flowers. Anyways, when you do right, I go there here for TV, I go still give you support. For radio stuff, I go still give you support. But with this one. But do you know something about the manager, what he can do? He can only shut people's mouths off when you get the result. Libya are small people for football. I understand a lot of people are saying African football does not have meanings anymore. But Libyans, you see Libyan people, they're not too strong for football, but they get mind to sack their coach. His name is Rejovic. He's a seven international. He's seven. They sacked him. You know they give everything they want. They sack an show. Foreign coach, they constantly bring foreign come. It means they know what they are doing for themselves. But anyways, I need to call it a wrap right now on the show. But many thanks to you for being there with me on the show. Hopefully the show comes again tomorrow, just at the same time, 11 a.m. Nigerian time, the Sports Republic show. I'll be here to give you other sporting activities. I don't want to try and make no go the verse because anytime I talk about Super Eagles news, it'd be like if you connect to NFF, I'll come the verse. But then I'll tell you the story for that one where I told you 17.6 billion naira proposal and then look like approved. I'll tell you all of that on the show when I return for tomorrow, 11 a.m. Well, thank you so much. We have the midday news coming up next right here on your dial. It is Voice of the People TV. Don't go anywhere. I'll remain your host. And then I must say this, I am the only football player without a jersey. My name is Kizzy K. Tomorrow, I'll see you.